Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're doing another Crimson Vow premiere draft. So let's go ahead and hop in here. Last time we got a lot of, or I should say, a decent amount of good rares and stuff, but we were kind of lacking in removal. Ended up losing to Triple Cruel Witness, and here's a Howling Moon. I haven't been super impressed by this card. Your opponent can play around it by just not casting 2 spells, and when they do that, this card feels pretty awful. So I am not going to pick that. I think I'll just pick the Foreboding Statue for pick 1. I don't see any strong removal spells. The statue is a pretty good card, and we can put it in whatever deck we end up making. Beyond that, Fleeting Spirit can be decent. The Falconrath Celebrant. I could take that and send a signal that red's not open, but I don't think that's a good pick 1 necessarily. Alright, and now we have some options. We've got Flourishing Hunter, we've got Resistance Squad, and we've got the Paladin. All very valid cards. We also have this dual land, which, while I do want to collect more dual lands, not at the cost of winning a draft. I also have Flourishing Hunter that I could consider here because we do have Foreboding Statue. They could help us ramp into that. And this could send the signal that green is not open. Actually, some sort of common was taken before this. So it's either the Resistance Squad or the Flourishing Hunter. Maybe the Paladin. I don't know if I really want to be white-green again, but we'll take the Resistance Squad for now. Okay, and here we have another... Well, that is a human that goes with our stuff. Our squad. Blood Petal Celebrant. We're just not seeing any removal. A Celebrant will probably be my next pick after that, and then the infantry, and then maybe the point of discussion. But I'll go with the Panicked Bystander for now. And here, once again, we've got no, we have Vampire Slayer. I don't think we need to pick that this early. But I just don't see what else there really is here. There's the Shield Basher that can be okay, but as a pick 4, I mean, these packs have just been kind of weak. I guess I'll just stick with the 1 color for now, and we'll take the Shield Basher and just see what comes of it. It's another human to go with the Resistance Squad. Oh, hey. We have a Markov Purifier. Maybe Black-White Life Gain could be open. This red is looking somewhat open at this point. I'm going to take the Purifier, though, because white-black, if we can go into a life gain theme, that could be pretty good for us. Especially if we get a Kindly Ancestor, we can give this life link and then give it indestructible and draw cards off of it. Here we have a Lacerate Flesh and a Bramble Worm. I'm actually going to take the Bramble Worm because we can kind of ramp into that with the Foreboding Statue. I know it doesn't go with the Purifier, but we're not necessarily white-black life gain yet either. Here's a card for the white-black life gain deck. And it's a human. And it's probably the best card in this pack we could take. So maybe the Bramble Worm was the one off. Can I? I can't change the deck thing there. Although, funny enough, we could also end up splashing green for the worm, because that gives us life gain to trigger trigger life gain things. And now we get a pack with no white, black, or uh, green in it. Well, we've got Massive Might, which isn't an awful card, but I haven't been super impressed by it. Maybe I'll just take the Flame Breather here in case we end up going into red. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Undying Malice or Pointed Discussion both seem like they could be pretty good here. Especially the Undying Malice. Yeah, I'm going to take the Undying Malice. Because then we get a Pointed Discussion here. I'm not really interested in the blue at this point. I'm not interested in any of these. I guess I'll grab the Witch's Web. I mean, that can gain us 3 life, but we're probably not playing that. Ooh, there's a Persistent Specimen. That could become useful. And here we have a relevant black rare. And finally, a removal spell. But we're kind of far off from red. We're much more into black at this point. Much more black-white. So, yeah, we're going to take the Bloodcaster here. And I think we're just going to get rid of at least this stuff. Maybe we can come back and splash for the Bramble Worm. Speaking of life gain, though, Gluttonous Guest, here's a rare that's, like, very underwhelming, so we're not going to bother with that. Yeah, I think it's just the Gluttonous Guest. We really need some removal. And we're in white-black, so removal shouldn't be hard to come by. Oh, here's this thing. I've wanted to play the Lumberknot, but I just don't think that's a good pick here. Wedding Security is definitely going to be a good pick. And we're looking over, we're kind of like very heavy into black right now, so yeah, we'll go ahead and play the Wedding Security. We might not even be white. I don't know, we might just be... Like, I have a Pointed Discussion already. And I mean, there is Infestation Expert. Or we have Gift of Fangs. We are kind of desperate for removal right now. Oh, and along comes some white removal. Great, Circle of Confinement here. I do want to splash that Bramble Worm. That could be a nice top end. Alright, we have Traveling Minister. Infantry is okay. But I think since we're looking for life gain for this, the Minister is really where we want to be. Edgar's Awakening's not bad either. But I'm going to grab a Minister here. Then here, I don't know, Boarded Windows? It can just kind of maybe lower damage output by our opponents. I'm not seeing anything else that's spectacular. Maybe Nurturing Presence. Now the game is telling us to pick the window. We'll pick the window for now. Rot-Tide Gargantua. Goes with the Persistent Specimen. And sacrifice something small. We also have the Ragged Recluse here as a reasonable pick, or the Piercing Light, but we already have Gift of Fangs and Circle of Confinement. This can be a 2-drop for us. And hey, there's a blood fountain that I wanted. And here's, you know, a bunch of things we don't need. And here's a bunch more things we don't need. Just take this wolf so someone can't have it. Admit Will, we might actually play that. Oh, the Dollhouse of Horrors. That card is a little slow, but it can be really good. We also have another resistance squad here, but I think the pick is the Dollhouse. Now we have Diagraph Scavenger here. I doubt those things are going to come back to us. Here, now we're seeing some decent red removal, or good red removal, rather. So do I want Gluttonous Guest, or do I want Circle of Confinement? I'm already at 8 non-creatures. I mean, we have some things that we're also not playing. Yeah, we'll grab 2 circles. The circles have been good to us. We could really use like a Bleed Dry. Or we can have no removal. I mean, that works too. How are we on creatures? We could use more, for sure. Rather than going and equipping creatures that we don't have. And the only real creature out of here we could use is the Militia. Now we have a Dawnheart Geist, which, how many enchantments? We actually have a few enchantments that could gain us some life. And we have the Traveling Minister that can also gain us life. We are looking for 2-drops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I guess we do have 5, but I don't think they're all necessarily going to be played. Well, there's a rare. Haven't seen any Evolving Wilds, really. And grab the Panic Bystander, so we could take out... and probably cut the Persistent Specimen. Oh, there's a Wild. There's also Dying to Serve, which... we have a few things that make blood tokens. We've got the Bloodcaster here. We've got a Gluttonous Guest. I could see maybe this could get used. We'll grab it. And there's another Blood Fountain. I don't know if we want a second one of those, but again, I'm not seeing anything else here that's really playable. A second Persistent Specimen or a third Blood Fountain. We're going to be cutting at least one of those Blood Fountains, and then we have nothing. Unless we're taking the Honored Heirloom, but I guess we took the Coupled Lancer. Again, I don't think we're playing any of these. Wedding Invitation. More things we probably aren't playing. Oh, that's a potential 2-drop. That came back to us. I know we're going to have things to cut. I suppose I should try and cut some of these now while, I'll take a second point of discussion. Okay, so this deck is not spectacular, to put it mildly. We're kind of lacking in both. We're kind of lacking in both removal and top end stuff. I don't think we're going to play the boarded window. How many blood token things do we have? Those make blood tokens. Those make blood tokens, though I know we're not... There's no way we're running 3 of those. That makes blood tokens. So we've got some blood token generation, maybe? Maybe we can run Dying to Serve? And we have this nice dollhouse here that can get stuff back out of our graveyard as well. Uh, 18 creatures, 11 non-creatures, so we do need to cut some things. Do we want the persistent specimen? We only have one exploit thing in here. And I think we do need to cut some cards from this lower end. I'm going to keep the Undying Malice over the Adamant Will. Gift of Fang, Circle of Confinement, that's good. Drogskull Infantry. We don't... We're going to be lacking in good ways to deal damage. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're going to cut... Maybe we'll cut the infantry. And I don't think we're running 2 blood fountains, because it is kind of a really slow card. What are we at? 16 creatures, 9 non-creatures. I don't want to cut too many more. Dying to Serve. I feel like we need to get at least 2 zombies off of that in order for it to be really good. And I'm just not foreseeing that right now. How many humans do we have? We've got a lot of early humans, so I think the resistance squad is fine. And for the Brambleworm, I think we can go down to just 2 forests. And we'll run another... we've got a couple double black cards here. But those are also 5 drops. And we have a lot of early, like all of our early game stuff here is involves white, so we want to make sure we have the plains. And I think the other thing we get rid of... Oh, we have the Bloodcaster as well. I think the other thing we get rid of is the one of our pointed discussions. And we try the deck like that. Alternatively, I could get rid of Brambleworm. But I also feel like Brambleworm and recurring Brambleworm could be one of our ways to victory. I guess let's run the deck like this, and Oh, we got to change. Let's get some sleeves here. Oh, that looks good, and yeah, the statue's not our no. Want that there, and that goes in the deck. Alright, and I'll be right back, and we'll get into some games. Okay, and let's get into the games and see how we do. Once again, I feel the draft was kind of underwhelming. I mean, we did start seeing some red removal spells. But we don't have like any Fierce Retributions or Bleed Dries, which makes me concerned at how we're going to deal with bigger stuff. Is this serious? We're only running 2 forests in this. I'm going to keep this because we do have the Gluttonous Guest here. And we do have our one reason for running a forest. But we will definitely want to get a plains here very soon. That's okay, we got stuff to do. We'll just pretend that we're a black-green deck for a little bit. And we'll go attacking. I could also discard something to try and find a land. I'd probably get rid of the Dawn Heartgeist first, if we're going that route. The Flame Breather, I don't like seeing those. Oh, hey, we found a plains. I don't have a human out, so there's no real reason to play the resistance squad here. If we get another black source, we could also play the wedding security. I'm going to play this because it can also gain us life as the game progresses. We do have a few enchantments here, like those Circle of Confinements. They're looking at our Bloodcaster. That's the only thing we have in the air right now. Please don't kill it. Oh, they're killing it. Well, I mean, at least the Bleed Dry is on that and not on one of these bigger threats. That is the wrong land. Although using our only blood token to try and get a swamp for this thing doesn't feel super great either. I could swing in here. Maybe we do that. Yeah, no tricks. I'm just getting in for a damage. And this thing could suit up and attack us, but I'm not going to trade with that, because they have to activate a blood token to use that. And they're not going to... Oh, gosh. Well, I will trade this for whatever they want. Yeah, that's going to get traded for their pretty amazing rare. All of my double black cards and no things to trade with them. I don't think I want to go attacking too much here. Okay, we've drawn all of our expensive stuff that we can't really play. I really just want to save this blood token for the wedding security. That's not a better card to be seeing. Pointed discussion. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, there's that. I think I will sack the... Do I want to sack the Geist here? I don't really want them having a flyer, but at the same time I could sack the Geist to the Gargantua and make them sack a creature. I'd be taking 6. Then we'll probably get a Bramble Worm. I'm not going to. You can transform it. We'll find out soon if that was a mistake or not. I mean, we can also play Dollhouse. Well, I'm not going to do that now to get a human and make that. That would be silly. Okay, yeah, you want to make that a thing. I will block with the Gluttonous Guest. They will have to use some other spell to kill it. Okay, it looks like they're not going to go attacking with their 3/3. Oh, they have Fell Stinger. That is not getting better. If they sack a creature, though... Okay, okay. I can make them sack a creature to this. Which I think I'm going to do that. And since this can't block flyers, we're just going to go swinging. We now have a 5/4 that can be coming in. Our opponent did just draw 2 extra cards off of their Fell Stinger. If we get another land, we're going to slap down the Bramble Worm. Because then we can also Dollhouse, bring back the Bramble Worm, and that will gain us a total of 10 life if nothing else happens. Okay, that happens. That unfortunately happens. Gift of Fangs, that's kind of good. Don't stick it on that, because that's a vampire. But if I stick it on that... Yeah, the problem is they kind of have lethal on us. If I can't get the Bramble Worm into play. Oh, and I can't even do that either. I'm gonna go with the Wedding Security. I really want to try and find another land. But I'm not going to go attacking. Edgar's Awakening, getting back that dumb thing. Okay, Okay, Gargantua's gonna block. Well, that only works if exactly 2 creatures are attacking. Of course, this thing will attack and it'll be just absolutely massive, which is kind of the main problem here. I could also crack a blood token and gain a life. Probably get rid of the shield basher. That's not an awful idea since this gluttonous guest is not going to be living. Oh, okay. So I was going to say, if you don't attack with exactly 2, you don't get the 4/3 buff. Okay. That is fine. Did you forget to do the thing? We're going to block like this. And so they get 1 damage to... Oh. Oh, and I was supposed to crack a blood token. You've gotten a braid. Well, that's an undead butler. I don't know why you put the damage there. I'm going to crack a blood token and try and do this. Okay, we got the land. So we are going to play the Brambleworm. The question is... I'd get back the creepy puppeteer. We're not exactly ready for that to happen. So we're just going to play the Brambleworm. Thank you. And I'm not going to attack right now. Oh, jeez. I can Dollhouse the Brambleworm. This is kind of a lot of damage. Holding back the butler, not holding back the butler. Well, I can't not block. If they want to send the damage at the wedding security, then so be it. Okay. Well, that wasn't ideal. I don't want to be using all of the black here. Although I guess it doesn't really matter. Bring back the Brambleworm so we gain life. I could Gift of Fangs, but that's not really doing much for us right now. I might just hang on to this blood token even, just to, because I can get back the wedding security and maybe use it to pump the thing. And they're just attacking in the air. Okay. They also have the statuette they could activate. We're in kind of a rough spot, but we can just start getting things back from our graveyard as well. That's a vampire, so do not put vampire fangs on it. That's also a vampire, so do not put vampire fangs on it. Could also bring back the Rot Tide. No, that's not good right now. I guess the Gluttonous Guest. And I'm going to crack a Blood Token. That's not the most helpful thing ever. Let's get the statue out. Oh, hey, it's a construct, so these are now 3/3s. I could Gift of Fangs and make this a 5/5. Why don't I do that? I'm still not really in the mood for attacking. Because then they get back their silly... They can get back Magma Pummeler or the Puppeteer. Now we can start kind of getting out of control with the Dollhouse. It's +1/+1 for each construct we control. And this thing's a construct. Very nice. I'm not in the mood to trade yet. Because next turn I won't have to trade, and this thing can just be a 4/4. Okay, Dollhouse, activate. I guess it's got to be the Wedding Security. Oh, they are going to activate that. But I need to activate my thing. Is now the time to give them Magma Pummeler or their 4/3? I do get to draw a card. And I'll also gain a life. Oh, and since I gain a life, I can play this and pay the 2. That was a good draw. A very good draw. Do they have a Flame Blast Bolt here? Yeah, they do. Okay, fair enough. They didn't use their Undead Butler, so I'm kind of happy about that. And turn... I'm gonna pay 1 and 2 here. Wow, that was sad. I don't have another way of gaining life yet. Lacerate Flesh on our Brambleworm. Unfortunate there. What do I have that can gain us life? Oh, we have Undying Malice. That could be a reasonable card. Let's activate the Dollhouse, and let's go for... Oh, that's unfortunate. Because now that gets stronger. Yeah, that's bad. This can't... kind of attack in. Yeah, let's do that. And I'll pay the 1. Because I can Undying Malice that thing if they try to kill it. And that is what they're doing. Unfortunately, they're going to get a creature back. They're going for the Pummeler. Alright, let's end the turn. Hopefully, if we get a Circle of Confinement, let's pay like that. Okay, Panic Bystander. If they kill the Purifier, I can just bring it back with the Dollhouse. Yep, there's the Pummeler. We're going to have to deal with that thing. Because we're at a near death amount. I'm assuming they're going to attack with their 5/3. I can also bring back, now that I have a human, but it is still a human, it's all its other creature types, it's just construct in addition. Activate this. A blood fountain, you say? I don't know what that really does. I could also make them sack a creature. I just need to figure out how to not die next turn. Let's activate that, and let's get back the Resistance Squad. Oh, there we go. And I should be able to use that on the Pummeler. Goodbye, Pummeler. Thank you. Let me do that so we could maybe activate the Blood Fountain, and we're gonna come in here. I don't need to make that indestructible. And I think we might have won this game. This looked really dicey for a long time. Dollhouse being an all-star that it is. And we're gonna do this. And yeah, we'll end our turn off there. Oh, yeah, I can also pay 2 because I gain life. Draw. They can hit us down to 1. And I can also gain... I mean, if they have something, they have something. I guess we have not won yet. I'm going to do that. Desperate Farmer. We are desperate. Your Magma Pummeler is gone. Blood Crash Socialite. That's fine. Our opponent gives us the good game because I think it is over here. White. I'm going to use that on the Dollhouse. Make stuff bigger. And they need to block. Yeah, they need to block like all this. that's not happening. Now we ranked up to Gold Tier 1. Whether or not that's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing to rank up. It also means we might be running into higher ranked opponents. Okay, well, Brambleworm and Dollhouse really came through for us there. Almost lost that at several points, though. Very tight game. Okay, this is very reasonable. We have two things that we can do if we don't get a third land. And if we do get a third land, then we can hopefully draw into more stuff. This is a human, so I would play the... Okay, well, we're not playing anything. I mean, we also have the statue at 3 mana here. I can get rid of that. I don't know if they'd be up for a trade or not. Okay, I guess not. I'm gonna do this. Just to get rid of the thing. We could draw lands for the next few turns, and I'd be okay with that. Okay, they're accelerating their mana. Perfect. I'm going to go with the Resistance Squad here. So we can draw an extra card. Okay, good. And now we can start playing along our curve. What to bring out next? Okay, they have a Socialite. I think the next thing I want to play... is let's get the statue going. Because then I could play Wedding Security, I could play Desperate Farmer, I could even play Desperate Farmer into Dawnheartgeist. Not that that's like a real combo or anything, but it's something we can do. Our opponent is down to 11 already. So we have that going for us. That's going to give them some blockers. While we don't have a way to use the Wedding Security right now, we don't have any blood tokens right now. Our opponent is going to hang back. So that's where I do think... I also think the Desperate Farmer could be good here. Farmer and the Rallier. Do I want to attack? Not really. Because that can flip if we ever gain 3 life. Oh, they're going to let our farmer flip. Okay, that's reasonable. Actually, this guy is now threatening to flip this, because we only have to gain 3 life, and then we'll have another 3/5. So yeah, our opponent kind of in a tough spot. Oh, that's rude. I am going to get rid of the Rallier, I think. I can also bring the Resistance Squad back and draw another card, which I think we are going to do that. I'm not blocking. Yeah, I am going to do that. Our opponent is tapped out. We're going to do that. And we'll swing here. If they want to trade, they can trade. And then this flips. And now we have a 3/5. Also relevant. I can give it Death Touch for 2 mana. I can also get our Desperate Farmer back. And now they're playing big stuff. Don't play big stuff. Kinda don't want you playing big stuff. I'm not gonna block that, because I'd have to double block. Okay, well, the farmer's not gonna be able to transform. But we're gonna get the farmer back. Do I go... Yeah, I think I played the Bloodcaster and the Wedding, because this is going to flip. Or do I just leave mana open to give this Death Touch? Which I feel like that's a good idea to do too. So we won't have to necessarily block with these guys. And that gives me... That can give me blood tokens to use for the security. So yeah, we'll do that. Not attacking here. This untaps, it's a 5/5. Alright. We have a threat in the air. We have this thing just going to town. We can bring back the... where are they? Oh, now it's getting +1/+1 from our double construct. It's very constructive, you know? Oh, this only counts the death of non-token creatures. Very well. Our opponent is just kind of not in a good position. This thing is what I'm most worried about right now. And that's what's coming in. I think we just do this. Or I could block here instead. And well, I've already got a couple things to bring back. Yeah, let's block there. And I'll give it Death Touch. We'll just hopefully be done with the thing and they won't have a way to bring it back. They are playing black, however, so that could happen. I'd be surprised if they had any instant speed interaction here. It's not that big of a deal if they do. Because next turn I could bring this back. It won't transform, but it'll be the thing, a construct, and then these will all be 4/4s, and we can crash in. It could go horribly wrong as well. And again, our opponent's probably going to kill... Well, they're killing our flyer. Okay, you can kill our flyer. Oh, my Desperate Farmer is going to attempt to flip. And it's not going to. So next turn we can play Wedding Security and bring this back as a 4/4. Yeah, I do like that. And we're just going to have so many threats here. Lacerate Flesh, okay. Again, reasonable. Very reasonable. I'm going to make red mana. And we're going to use the red mana. And we're going to get back this. Because it's obnoxious. I do need to be careful, because if they have 2 mana they can exile what I try to target. And we're just gonna throw out more stuff. Because why not? Attacking here gets rid of the socialite, but it also makes these constructs weaker. So let's just go attacking in the air right now. I will have to just watch for that. Okay, so they do have 2 mana open. I can only activate that as a sorcery. Black mana. I'm going to use it to play this Blood Fountain. So now if they try to exile my thing, I can just get them back into my hand with the Blood Fountain. I think that's what we're going to do. And these are going to come in. I don't have a way of gaining 3 life this turn, do I? No, I do not. But we are definitely sacrificing blood tokens to this thing. And I want to kill off the Celebrants. Okay, I could try and activate this on one of the things, and then... Yeah, I'm going to do that, just so that way we're doing something. Well, that ruins my... Let's not. Oh, okay. They realize we just have too much value. Dollhouse for the win. You know, I was really nervous about this deck, and starting off with a 2-0 start feels pretty good. Our goal is, of course, to... Well, I mean, our goal is always to get to 7 wins, but... the next win is kind of like a big milestone for the Premier drafts. We have a 2-drop, a 3-drop, all our colors. Yeah, we're good to go. And we have this thing again. I like seeing it. Don't get me wrong. Let's pretend we're black-green for a turn. A Griff Rider, huh? Okay, well, let's go attacking. They're not interested in trading, which that is okay. So do I get offensive here? Or do I get the statue going? The statue seems like slower, so let's play the Rallier here. Plus, I don't really have anything else to ramp into at the moment. Yep, that's fine. They can attack, they can play a Shield Basher. We are just kind of off to the races. We'll do that. I will untap the Bloodcaster. And we'll play our statue. I don't think that's what you want to do. Just, you made a... Yeah, it happens. You see the thing and it has 2 or less toughness and you think you can just, you know, kill it off there. Unfortunately, well, let's see if they're probably going to pay the 1 here. I would imagine. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I am still going to take this block, even though it's kind of a trade. And we're going to play our Undying Malice. So we'll still get it back. But we'll have a blood token to go with it. And we can come in. Target a creature. I guess we'll untap the Rallier. No reason to untap the Flyer. And I can use this to sack a blood token. No, we're not sacking a blood token like that. What am I doing? That would be insanity. You're going to... You're still coming in. How do you think you can do that? That's a Heron of Hope. I'm going to make a blue mana. Pretend to be a 4-color deck for a moment. We're going to untap this thing, because this thing can be a 5/5 now. And yeah, it's too much pressure. And now we're 3-0 with this deck, which is going significantly better than our last couple drafts. Okay, so here's why 3 wins is kind of a big deal. So yeah, 2 wins. Okay, it's 250, not 200 gems. But see, there's a huge jump. 750 more gems from the previous win. Of course, our goal is always to get to 7 wins, where we get 2,200 gems and 6 packs. Really nice. But the other major, actually all these are major mile marks, because this gets us to a point where we essentially only paid 100 gems for the draft, and then here we're profiting 100 gems on the draft and getting 4 packs, and then it just scales up from there. All right. We're 3-0 with a deck that I was really nervous about, like, not being able to win any games whatsoever, so I'm feeling better about this. We have our colors. We have plenty of stuff that we can draw into. And a Gift of Fangs that we do not want to put on an opposing vampire. Oh, hey, a Bloodcaster. Maybe I should have pretended to be black-green for a minute. Oh, hey, the very uninteresting rare. I can hide the green for now. Just go attacking. I could even kill that if I wanted to, but I don't think that's even worth killing. I also don't want to put this on it and not have the Undying Malice up. If I can help it. There's a Panicked Bystander. Let's go attacking and see what happens here. And this thing just... well, yeah, this thing is just so slow to do anything. You can pay 3 mana and exile a creature from your graveyard and give it a 1/1 counter. The activated abilities thing is not going to do much. Bleed Dry. Well, I can't Undying Malice that because, yeah, it exiles. So that's fine. Not much I can do about that. We are 2 lands away from playing this Brambleworm. I kind of want to play some more stuff before the Brambleworm, though. Cruel Witness, that's kind of unfortunate. And they're going to go attacking. I could put Gift of Fangs on that. Oh, that's gross. There's a Blood Fountain. think I will put Gift of Fangs on this just to slow it down. And I have Undying Malice up. I mean, they could double block. Okay, they don't want to double block. They could also start making that bigger. But, I mean, we haven't put a ton of pressure on our opponents right now. And they're not doing anything. I guess if they're not going to do anything, let's just go attack. Well, they could use this and get rid of their specimen. We'll get rid of the Cruel Witness. And I have Undying Malice. If they decide they want to make this a problem and make it bigger and exile a bunch of stuff, I can always Circle of Confinement it. But this is already coming back as a 3-3, so it's going to be bigger than their 2-3. So I don't need to do anything about any of that right now. Scattered Thoughts. They have a lot more cards than us. That's the big concern at the moment. Doom Dissenter, okay. Archive Purifier, that's not a bad draw. Of course, they could have... they could easily have a counter spell up. But I can't sit here and just continuously play around a counter, so... If they have a counter, they have a counter. Oh, they do not have a counter. So they could bring back the Specimen. They could exile. Okay, they're going to bring back the Specimen. They probably have a bunch of exploit stuff in their deck. So I just need to gain life. I mean, Brambleworm does technically gain me life, but I won't have 2 mana to draw a card when we play. Oh, that thing. That thing's annoying. My Panicked Bystander, that can go to the bottom. Dollhouse, that can't do anything yet. Which is really kind of annoying. But let's get the Dollhouse out there. And we'll just pass the turn. Blue-black can't really answer these artifacts once they're on the battlefield. So now every creature that goes to my graveyard is now a threat. I can take some damage here. No blocks. I think I might play Circle of Confinement here so we can get in for 2 maybe and draw a card. I don't know, I am considering doing that. There's a human that does not actually draw me a card right now. Yeah, let's do it. We'll finally get rid of the let's get rid of the Patchwork Crawler. Because that's going to try to be the most problematic card. in the long run, and this seems like it's going to become a long game. Syncopate for 5. I mean, or we could do that. Well, then what I'm going to do, I am still going to go attacking. That'll show them. You can double block it. I'll kill the patchwork crawler, honestly. Or I kill the zombie. Yeah, let's kill the patchwork crawler, just so it's not doing anything else. So we gain 2 life, and then we activate this, get this back, and it triggers, and we pay like this. Okay, there's our other land for Brambleworm. We're in business, sort of. No blocks here. I bet you're going to sack something. Just call it a hunch. Yep, that's fine. Oh, I could go double human. I'm not going to go double human. I'm going to do this. And let's see what they want to do about it. Next turn I can go double human. I could go double human and activate Dollhouse if we have something to activate Dollhouse on. Triple human. Do I go attacking though? Oh, maybe I should have played my farmer before. Oh, well. Let's kill the... What's going to be harder to get around? Honestly, the 3-5 is going to be harder to get around than the 5-4. Yeah, I should have played this beforehand. Oh, well. I guess I can't play everything here. I can draw a card off this. Oh, that's a nice draw. I actually want to activate the Dollhouse. Brambleworm comes back. We gain another 5 life. And we pass the turn. We have relevant cards here. Okay, you bring that back. I could double block the Gargantua if they want to attack, and we'll make that trade. Oh, that's annoying. That's going to turn this into an annoying game. But not much I can do about that, can I? And there's a Stitched Assistant. Well, if they sack the skeleton, they're not getting a... I mean, they're going to sack the skeleton, but they're not going to get a zombie token there. I could use my other Circle of Confinement. Oh, they are going to attack. I'm not in the mood to block at this moment. I'm kind of in the mood to go attacking here with this. I could also pump the Brambleworm and send that in. I mean, I'm not going to block with it, so why not? Let's be aggressive. And they're just going to flat out take the 5. Because they don't want me activating this. Okay, well, I can still do that. And this can trade with the Gargantua, or they probably just won't even swing in. Or they swing in anyways. I mean, apparently our opponent just does not care. Yeah, I'm going to block there so I have something to use the dollhouse on. And the farmer flips. Of course, they get a 2-2. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going to get the... Okay. I see what you did there. Well, we got to find something. Well, that is a something. Well, let's play this. I can at least force them to... trade off. I mean, they can go get another Wretched Throng. That's the annoying part about that card, but I can activate my Dollhouse and get another... Yeah, this is kind of the blue-black, really strong zombie deck. And we're also getting a lot of lands. And there's that again. Oh, geez. Okay, we're gonna have to start playing defensive, I guess. Because they're just getting all of this stuff. Four, 3. I could block here. Just to get, or even block with the farmer. So that way I can activate Dollhouse next turn. I'm not opposed to that, because I think the way we're going to win in the long game against this deck is to just get a huge board of constructs. Oh, we're going to activate this. And they couldn't play another scavenger even if they had one, because it would take a... They're holding up mana. I have noticed that they're holding up mana. So they pretty clearly have a... There's not much point in attacking, is there? I mean, I could attack with the Gluttonous Guest. They would have to trade with something. And then I can bring it back next turn. Yeah. Okay. And this is going to attempt to transform, but tokens do not have a flip side. But this way I can bring it back, get another blood token, and crack that. You can hit me for 3, that's fine. Oh, there's a traveling minister. So let's use this. Let's get this back. I think once they're all 6/6s, I could plan on going attacking. Because then they'd take at least 2 or 3 creatures trading. I think I'm going to hold that back to block. Once again, I could have a syncopate. Why don't I just do this? Oh, hey, that's a good card. And I don't mind if this runs into a counter spell. Oh, hey, that makes everything a, neato. Guess what? I'm going to attack with the Traveling Minister. Chill of the Grave, that's fine. Do you want to block it? This is the most ridiculous thing ever. Okay, they do want to block it. They don't want to go down to 10. It's blue-black, so they're not likely to have a lot of life gain. Undead Butler, that's annoying. They have 3, 6... Well, the thing is, if they kill off some of these, then they wouldn't have to deal 6 damage to everything. And our opponent may very well figure that out. Okay, well, we're not going to play around Counterspell anymore. I kind of want to sack a creature, and I kind of don't. I guess we didn't have to play around the counter. Maybe we wait until next turn? Just gonna have a board of 7/7s going in. 7 is kind of an annoying amount for them to deal with. Oh, they did not block the Minister. Because they see what's going on here. Of course, they keep getting all of this sort of stuff. They can exploit, and they get so much value themselves. They get a creature back, they get... Oh, that's so much value. They get to draw, they get 2 tokens off of that. Maybe the last turn was the turn I was supposed to swing all in. Because then they can do this. They can get rid of one of our tokens and get more value. Yeah, they're going to outvalue us in the long game with all this. Because they get a token, they get that. It doesn't matter if it goes on top or bottom, it's a token. And now they're 5/5s. Oh, and I forgot to activate that. Yeah, this is getting kind of bad now. They just have way too much stuff that generates them value. We are so light on removal. Okay. I'm gonna do the exploit this time. Okay. And we'll end the turn there. Next turn, I think we'll have some 7/7s coming in. And we'll see what happens. They have so many tokens. Oh, geez. Stop doing that. I need to start activating. Okay, they're not going to be 7/7s. Are these 6/6s good enough? They will have to triple block one. Oh, wow. Yeah, and then they're getting 2 more tokens from that. I think they're just outvaluing us. Because they get a token every time. They get 2 tokens. Now they have air pressure. Meanwhile, what else do we have in our deck? Another Skull Scap, and they can sack another thing. They're down to 3 cards, though. Maybe we win this by mill. Because they're going to have to start coming in here. They've got 2 turns to kill us. And right now they're only... Oh, wow. I don't think our opponent is realizing how low their deck is. They have to kill us by their next turn. They have so many zombies, though. But we can block everything profitably. Oh, here we go. Okay, so... I want that gone. Oh, and that's still 18. Yeah, they just had so many tokens. I mean, that was just 18 off of the tokens. Ridiculous amounts of tokens. Yep. But hey, once again, Dollhouse being amazing. Maybe that one turn before they really started getting heavy on the tokens, maybe I should have gone attacking there with 6/6s. I don't know. This is reasonable. We'll start off with the Minister. And then we can get this other stuff going. Our opponent is on the play, and they're mulliganing. There's our Dollhouse of let's win the game with it. I can make these candles go out. There's no real purpose to that. Let's go attacking. I'll play a Blood Fountain. I don't think I'm going to use the blood token. I know we are kind of desperate to find a land here. I could just get rid of that, which I might do. Because they did mulligan, so maybe they're not going to have like an insane curve here. But of course, us getting stuck on 2 lands is not good for us. That's fine. Okay, so I don't really want a second Traveling Minister. Okay. That thing can't attack alone, so we're not going to get attacked next turn. This board looks familiar. I could make it look really familiar. I mean, let's play our own Rallier. They're gonna grasp it. That's fine. That is fine. We have a lot of the same cards. Problem now is I really can't get behind in card draw. Thank you. Now this all looks familiar. Of course, they can come in now because they have a Rallier and we don't. At least for the time being. Oh, yuck. Okay, so we have panicked. I am kind of panicked right now. I could try and draw, which I think I am gonna do. Seriously, we did not get a land off that? That's really bad. I can't even profitably block anything, so I may as well attack. That's how bad this is. Yup. Because here comes all of this. Okay, we gotta use this blood token. And now they're gonna get to start getting extra draws here. I think I get rid of the Shield Basher. Maybe that was wrong, I don't know. Oh, hey, there's our forest. Gift of Fangs, okay. So we could get rid of the Traveling Minister, or we can just nullify the Scavenger. I'm in favor of nullifying the Scavenger. Because then I can... I think we're just going to want the mana. Or do I play Lifelinker? In case something dies. In case something dies. They could have a Fierce Retribution here. Yep, and they do. So now this is going to get to transform. Okay. Okay. We get another land, we can bring out the Dollhouse. I've got to stop them from drawing so much. No, stop. They have, like, almost our exact deck, except they have the Scavenger. They have more and better removal. Oh, they have Courier Bat as well. I can do that. But that will just be slowly getting us our stuff back. Either way, this has just gotten really rough. Because we can't block anything. Oh, jeez. Our opponent mulliganed down to 6 on the play. They're not supposed to be getting this big of a comeback. What is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No blocks. Alright, Brambleworm, fix all of my problems, please. Oh, are you serious? And we're dead. We're dead on board. Because they just went absolutely crazy. We also stalled out on 2 lands and then 3 lands for a while, and that allowed them to get back into the game and just pull ahead of us and then stay ahead of us the whole time. It was entirely a tempo thing from the lands. Man, we had such a great start, too. And now we're up against Piper. I'll go first. This is reasonable. Our opponent mulliganed down to 6. They might be mulliganing down to 5. Nope, they're not. We have a pretty nice curve going here. No 2-drops, but we can hold up the Undying Malice. We can also poke them for 1. Do not. They did it. Now this doesn't draw me a card. It's like they knew. Now I don't want to play this right away because they're going to... Yeah, let's not play that right away. Try and draw a card off, but just because we do have another human in hand. I was really counting on that to stay alive. Of course, they also could just have another... Any burn spell will kill that. They could even play Lacerate Flesh right now. If they attack, I'm not blocking. A Braid, another Bolt, a Lacerate Flesh. Any of those would probably be instantly going on our Shield Basher. That's not a card I wanted to see you play either. Oh, that's going to be really hard overcoming that. Oh, hey, we have Dollhouse. And I may as well pay the 1. But now they can just chump block. Not chump blocking indefinitely. Okay. I will Undying Malice on this thing as long as they don't have a Flame Blast Bolt, but if they had it, they would have already used it on our Shield Basher. They're going to take 2. They're going to get a land. They can play it. That'll flip their guy. Yup. Now that thing can't block. That thing is annoying. Stop playing stuff. Okay, let's go attacking. Yeah, I'm gonna pay, because I can't afford to lose that, really. Okay. I think our bramble worm will help us. We just gotta get a way to cast it. And right now we're just in a lot of pain. Oh, and we're taking 7. Jeez. Well, that game also got dumb in a hurry. So yeah, that's another 3-3. We had a great start, and then our opponents just ended up doing better than us. But that's kind of the variance of Crimson Vow. Oh, we got a Strixhaven pack from the set mastery. Let's open this up. Oh, a mythic wildcard. Very nice. And so is this going to be a rare wildcard? No, it's another one of the Wolvenwald oddities. That's Odric. The terrible Odric. An inspired idea. Not great packs. And not a great finish to a deck that was performing pretty well right out of the gates. So I guess with that, I will see you guys next time.